There we are. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Mxiety. I am on with Lucidfoxx, the one and only. Say hello, Lucid.
Hello, Lucid.
Hi, Lucid. Excellent. Excellent. I set you up for that one, too.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you so much for that host. Regina, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Tree Hugger. I appreciate that subscription like you would not believe. Thank you so much. That was super nice. Super nice while we weren't even on yet. Oh, a library today. Yes. And it's like, aw. Look at Lucid. Look at all studio. I know, right? We got studious Lucid today in the house.
I'm trying to open my chat so I can host you.
Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, I guess you could like host me or whatever, and you can like retweet my tweet or something. You know, whatever.
Those were the plans. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, don't like run and do it.
If you added me on Discord, or not on Discord, if you added me on Twitter, then I will.
Wait, what do you mean added you on Twitter? Added you to what?
There, at the thing.
At
notification.
Atted. Okay, yeah. I'm really cool and I know what all those hip words are. Atted.
There.
We got it. Perms! Dawnstar, my love, don't let looks fool you. Oh, they're fooling nobody. They're fooling nobody. Following Lucidfoxx on Twitter. Yes, yeah, excuse me. I've been following Lucidfoxx on Twitter for a long time. I don't know. I don't keep track.
Am I on Twitter?
Is this even this guy? I don't even know. Obligatory mod stuff. Listen, you can keep your mod ways out of my mod area, okay? This is my mod situation, and you can keep it right there. Hold on. There. Keep
over there in your basket.
There. Yeah, there you go. Dank, hey! Hi. So I have to tell you a story, Lucid.
Yeah.
I don't know. The conversation got going about like who's gonna be on my show, and I said to my husband, I was like, Lucidfoxx messaged me, so like we just scheduled him.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Oh, Mr. Gino, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub, you wonderful human. Thank you. VK also subscribed. Thank you so much. 15 months. Yeah. Oh my gosh. He tweets about his cat and stolen memes.
That's correct.
That is correct. And I like all of those tweets. Thank you so much for being here, VK.
Where do you think memes come from?
From cats. That's right.
Yeah, memes aren't real. You know.
I thought they grow on trees. Is that not right, Dad? No.
See, like that's a common misconception. It's bushes.
Oh, it's bushes. Got it.
Yeah.
You can make your own. No, that's impossible. VK, I miss you. I hope you're okay.
Why? Why would I make my own memes when somebody's made them better?
Yeah,
right?
if you need original thought for that is so much effort. That there is a lot of effort. Completely
I don't have time for that. I'm doing other stuff.
Exactly. I'm doing things like stealing other people. I could steal 2 memes in the time it takes me to make 1.
Exactly. See, Anxiety gets it.
Yeah, there you go. I'm on the same wavelength. Totally cool. Yeah. So I was telling husband I was like, yeah. So Lucid's gonna be on. He messaged me and we arranged a thing, and he turns to me. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. He's like, Lucid could just ask you to be on now, and I was like, yeah, like you know we met at TwitchCon, right? Like we're cool, and he's like, that is so cool. It's like he had a little fangirl moment.
Oh God.
And I was like, do you want to meet him because he might be at PAX East? And he's like, really?
Are you guys both gonna be at PAX East?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Good. PAX East is gonna be fun.
It is. I can't believe how many people are going. It was so cute, and the best part is like I introduced him to Lucid.
Sure.
So, back when I started watching, I just found out that my account started July 2017, and then I started streaming in October. So between July and October, I was just watching streamers.
Sure.
And he would watch you with me, and he's like, this guy's really funny. I was like, yeah, I know. And then you became like the legend. And then the first time you were on, it was a huge deal. And then the second time I was like super casual about it, and too casual. Okay. Big fucking deal. I hope you understand. His ego's gonna get to him. Oh, should I not be saying anything? Cowabunga, hi. Jamie Ryan, hello. Spike Tiger, hello. Anyway.
Don't worry about Annie. Go on.
Keep going.
Don't worry about what she said.
Silly, silly. She don't know. Wild engineer, hi. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is gonna be another stream where I walk away because my cheeks hurt because I'm smiling so much like a dork.
Sure.
You're like, sure, yeah. Looking at me makes you smile. That's fine. That's totally cool.
It's fun times, you know. We're not having fun. What are we doing?
Yeah, well, not on this stream. You don't know this stream is like really depressing and everybody cries here.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
the thing that happens?
Yeah, it's like Oprah pretty much, except
Sure,
I
sure,
don't give anything
I'm
away.
depressed. Oh,
deal with it.
I was promised. Ooh,
Yeah.
I gotta.
Yeah. You might get a $4.99 subscription. That's the best.
Sure.
How about a $4.99? That's the best I could do. $4.99. We don't get cars. Yeah, actually, and I ask you for money, so it's like reverse.
I told the mods you'd feed them. So.
Oh,
yeah.
awkward.
Yeah.
Very awkward. I mean, if you guys,
really...
you know what, you should stay for 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit less than 2 hours now, and then maybe and then I'll definitely feed you.
Sure.
But stay the whole 2 hours and like don't turn off the tab or mute it or anything.
Yeah.
Cry stream is very certain audience. You know, do you think there's an audience out there? Do you think that's
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's definitely got to be a thing. Yeah. Everybody's got their stuff, man.
I wonder how big that audience is, because I mean, like the social eating thing is big enough that like it has its own category. So crying, I don't know.
I was looking at lo-fi streams the other day that have like 300 400 viewers.
Yeah.
So I was like, I messed up. I could just stream lo-fi 24 hours and just
Wait, that's like a real. So that's all it is. Is there nobody on the screen?
Nobody on the screen. They just play music.
Is it their music?
They set up. Lo-fi is lo-fi. Whatever. It doesn't have copyright, right?
Sure. No. Why? Of course. Why would it?
And they just like play trivia games in chat and set up bit games and stuff.
Fuck, man.
That's it, man. Can I do that?
What the fuck am I doing? I do research.
I
guess I do so much work.
I'm working way too hard.
I know. You're like entertaining people. Questions of the day.
Yeah. Instead we'd just have been doing this. Yeah.
Listen, so I did hit something incredible today. There is a stream that's just a chicken farm. And
it's Red Pepper. Yeah, he's great.
Oh no, there's another one then. It's called Our Chicken Farm.
Yeah.
And it's
he made the new account. He also owns Dash Ducks.
Oh my God, it's fantastic.
It started as his the Red Pepper's the guy that runs both the streams. His account used to be Red Pepper, and then he made Our Chicken Farm to make more sense. So people would be like, "Oh, of course, there's a chicken farm and not Red Pepper, obviously."
Right.
He's got them both set up where he can feed them. He decorates for the holidays. Yeah, it's great. He's awesome.
It is absolutely one of the best things. Like my soul was so happy. Like just
We found him the second day that he was on Twitch, and I just steadily pushed people towards him for like a week straight. I was just like, get over there and feed the ducks, like now, please.
Just do it. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, that's what I was doing. I was on your stream, so I was working from home today, so I could lurk more. And then which means that I had multiple tabs open, which means that I was like, ducks or Lucid? Chickens or Lucid? And you don't win every time. I hate to tell you this.
No, I get that. I understand that. There's delightful farm animals. I was also messing around with Taffy all day. So, today was a for me stream, It
was wonderful. It wasn't just for you. I was fucking hysterical.
I hope that we entertain people, but
no, it was not just for you. If it was just for you, you would have been doing that offline and like off air and stuff.
I guess there's a certain thing to that. Sure.
You entertain the fuck out of folks.
Sure.
But yeah. So tell me.
Yes.
How does that make you feel? What brings you here, my son?
I don't know.
My father.
I was just that's a strange dynamic with
I don't even know where I went with that. I was like, please don't notice what I just said.
It is what it is. I don't know. I just wanted to. I knew you were like I figured I'd come and you would provide talking points, and then I would answer you in fun way.
Yes. Okay. All right. So you wanted an interview. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just hoping to yell at you. Okay.
No. You ask because I know last time when we left,
Hmm.
you still had questions at the end, but we were
Hmm.
already, done skis. So I
Okay, I
figured
don't
we
remember what those are.
continue our discussion.
I could have pulled them up to
I was
prepare.
counting on you.
No, you're.
No.
I'm fucking with you. I'm a teenager who has ADHD, emotional behavior disorder, and dyslexia, language processing disorder. My grandma. Wow, my boyfriend broke up, bullied at school. My.
It's a lot to unpack.
So yeah, life sucks. Okay, well, hang out here. That does not sound like fun, but hang out here and see if you can get your mind off of it a little bit. We certainly can't like magic wand away all the issues, but we can give you a space to have a good time. Yeah, friends like make life feel. We're yelling at people. When are we not yelling at people? But yeah, no, we did have a. So the first question that I started asking all of my guests, and I just realized I think I forgot to ask Cypher, which is rude. But
now she's gonna yell at me.
Yeah. But so what is your favorite Disney movie?
My favorite Disney movie? Oh, this is easy. It is, well, it's easy-ish, I guess. It is currently Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I also up on that same rung is Princess and the Frog. They're both like at the same level for me.
Oh, at the
And
same. Okay.
it's because of Keith David.
Okay. Wait, Keith David is in Nightmare Before Christmas? Or
No.
Just in general? Okay.
Keith David and Princess and the Frog.
Have you been watching Future Man?
No.
Okay.
I haven't seen Future Man at all.
Okay, Keith David is in Future Man.
Oh, I like that. I love Keith David. He is an excellent voice actor. He is. He's goals.
Yeah.
And ever since I was a kid, Gargoyles.
I didn't. Yeah. So Gargoyles was one of those things that I watched in English as a kid trying to learn English. So I don't think I ever. But that's really cool that he was. I had no idea that.
Wait, trying to learn English? Go back.
You know this.
No,
I thought
no,
you know
no.
this.
No,
I
no.
moved here from Russia when I was 14 in ninth grade.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? I thought you were like one of the people that did know that. I'm sorry. No, my first language is not. My first language is not English. It's Russian.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's very crazy. I bring out the accent if you need it, but most times is normal English speaking voice.
Sure.
Yeah, hi, hello, nerds. Yes.
That's crazy. Wait, say something in Russian. I have to know this.
Ну, что я тебе могу сказать? Я могу с тобой вообще все интервью разговаривать по-русски, без проблем, но ты тогда ничего понимать не будешь.
Sorry, I can't anymore. I need like a minute to sit and process.
I fucking love doing that. I said I could speak to you the whole interview in Russian if you wanted, but you wouldn't understand a fucking thing. Talk to me Russian all day. I didn't know. This is a thing.
My little sister is from Kiev. We adopted her there, so I've
Oh.
I've been out that way.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's really cool. That's really interesting. I had no idea.
Oh, that's all right. Well, it's not in my interview, but I'm happy you learned something about it.
I know we're learning things. I like this.
We're learning things about it. So there you go. Yeah, so Gargoyles was one of those things that I was like, I used to watch stuff in English in order to learn English better, in order to speak it better.
Sure.
I did go to school. So the short version of the long story is that I was born in Russia, and then during the Soviet Union collapse, my parents like quickly moved to the US, and then my mom and dad got a divorce. My mom, by all legal means, kidnapped me and moved me back to Russia. And then I lived there until I turned 14, and then here I am.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's a thing. It's a story. There you go.
That's very cool. All right, I'll have to. Now I need to find out more about this story later. But
okay. All right. Yeah. But
I guess we are talking about things.
You're like, listen, you're talking about me here. Let's get back. Let's get back to the fucking story.
There's someone like I could like spend hours just like finding out about other people. Like that's my jam.
Well, that's why you should be interviewing people, bro. Like,
sure.
Yeah, you're one of those people that should be interviewing people. Especially when it's not spoken by an angry old man and instead a pleasant, sweet-looking lady. Aw, that's wearing a Hufflepuff shirt. Of all the things, I look very harmless right now. That's true.
Mm-hmm. I already scolded her for not wearing a Slytherin shirt, chat. So
I don't have one. I don't. I have Slytherin pajama. My husband's Slytherin pajama pants. I don't know that it's gonna help anybody, but I guess I could go put them on if it made you feel better.
No.
No, we're good. We good?
We Gucci. We Gucci.
Okay, all right. Listen, you Malfoy. But Slytherin
Wow,
Hufflepuffs make the best. Do they? Is that a thing? I don't know. Okay, sure. We are now. That's it. All
correct.
set.
Yeah.
All right. So we are. We're at 21 minutes. People should be here. Now's a good time to start. So we know your favorite Disney movie. So next thing I'm gonna ask you is, so you recently started talking about the fact that you have finally decided to talk to a doctor about like your mental health stuff.
True.
What drove that decision?
I guess like the short answer is just like general anxiety.
No, we're on an interview. This is the long answer.
Well, no, I know. I was gonna get to the long answer, but the short answer is like general anxiety, right?
Okay.
Like, I've realized that I've been dealing with anxiety for some months leading into the greater part of a year now.
Okay.
And at first your brain's just like, oh, this is allergies, or this is this, or this is that.
Yeah.
And trying to right away is something else. And then I just started like running the things in my head, like, okay, so it's not this, so we mark that out. It's not this, we mark that out. And then eventually I got to the point where I was just like, okay, well, this is definitely absolutely like anxiety, even to the point where like your brain is just like, oh no, this isn't anxiety, you dying, bro. You know, like it's just like, okay, well, fuck you for a second.
Okay.
So I've definitely like in the past, I want to say month or so, I've gotten a really good handle on it, and where I want to be as far as dealing with anxiety. But at the same point, I would I want to talk to someone in a professional manner in order to get like drug management for it as well. That way it's all, you know, it's taken care of from all sides, as it were.
Cool. All right.
So, yeah.
So drug management, because I do want to get into that, because I do know you tried a bunch of different stuff before you got yourself.
I've tried all drugs. Yeah. Well, not all drugs, most drugs.
Most drugs. Well, you tried a bunch of, since you figured out you had anxiety, you tried a bunch of stuff before you got yourself to a place.
Well, I oh, that's right. This is the part that you wanted to hear about because you didn't know all of this.
No, I wanted to know all the things.
I know. I'm just remembering from last time the thing that you wanted to learn about. I just remembered it because it just came up in the brain of things to lead into this. So a quick history about me. When I was a teenager, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I was also diagnosed with severe depression.
Okay. By doctors, by like actual doctors, or
yes, but that it was kind of like a loaded thing.
Okay.
So the reason the reason that I was brought there in the first place was kind of ingenuine, right? I was brought there because my stepmom didn't know what to do with me, and she was just like, hey, let me put him in this situation, see if doctors can do anything about it.
Yep.
And then I just, instead of sitting there and answering their questions like a person, I was just an asshole and didn't want to deal with anything at all, right?
Well, to be fair, I mean, the situation lends itself, it sounds like, to that nobody was having a good time.
Yeah. So so through that, I do have ADHD, obviously. Like that's a real thing. As far as like bipolar and everything.
I know about that one.
Right. As far as I think that what I'm trying to say at the end of the day is that I wasn't depressed when I went in there. So that I think was fallacious, but I definitely think that the idea of being bipolar was a thing. So I was then put on fun regimens of drugs,
of course,
and including lithium's equivalent, Depakote, etc. And I got to try anti anxiety meds, you know, like Zoloft and Prozac at that time, to no real effect. So we've already marked that off, unless my body chemistry has drastically changed since then, which is possible because 20 years ago at this point.
Oh, so mods are calling you out before I could call you out. So we do have
Sure.
a rule here, and
Oh,
I
right,
should have
right,
reminded you, no drug names. You're cool because it's context and you're naming a bunch, so it's totally
right.
okay. But I just going forward, and
Got
the
it.
I do have to say, drug chemistry does change drastically for
Sure.
different people. I mean, I don't fucking know, for different people differently, but I was tolerant of a medication in college that I could not take 5 years afterwards, so
Sure.
it all
Sure.
it's
But
all there.
this was more, I guess, to the idea of no effect at all.
Yeah.
Like didn't help in a positive way, only affected in a negative way. So I
There was also a time where they used to give shit to kids and be like, "This is how we'll diagnose you." They
right,
like they give them
right,
Ritalin and they'd be like, "If this solves your ADHD, then you have ADHD," not knowing
sure.
like Ritalin will make anybody not have ADHD.
Over prescribe
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah, but so I've already been through that side of things. So now hold up. So for not using names, um,
I'm throwing you for a loop.
no, you're good. I'm trying to think of then drug classes instead.
You could just
Uh,
say anti-anxiety or like,
anti
yeah, that's fine.
the more popular of the anti-anxiety medications that
Sure.
is currently on the market
Yeah.
is what I'm going to be requesting this time.
Okay.
So that I have tried recently,
Yeah.
as recent as December,
Mm-hmm.
to great effect. So
Thank you very
that's
much.
what I'm gonna go and be like. I don't think I would go to them and be like, hey, well, my friend gave me this, because that's obviously
That's not good.
a weird way to start up a conversation. But I'm going to go in with the, hey, I have in the past been diagnosed with this, no effect, so I'd like to try this instead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean they're a good doctor will give you the rundown, and just for anybody, I do have an article on like how to find a good doctor and like how to spot the shitty one. So if anybody needs it while we're on the topic of the conversation, and Exosome, thank you so much for that subscription. That is so cool, you guys. 3 subscribers, 2 more subscribers, and I gave away a sticker. So that's really cool. Thank you so much for your support. And hi Autistic Gamer, excellent. Oh, thank you. Okay. All right. So, I mean, a good doctor worth their salt is going to like ask you about your history, obviously, and what you could tolerate and what you can't. So, what do you think before we go into like more, backtracking more, like what do you think the goal is out of drug therapy for you?
To find things more manageable, I think.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's trying to manage that anxiety that exists. Like uh, I can find ways to deal with that on my own as well, which I should be, which I am. But to try to just find something to assist in that, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the only reason I ask, and I could definitely give you the lowdown on everything I've tried off stream, but the only reason I ask is because there's like long term solution
Sure.
medication, and then there's quick terms, like short term quick solution, and I think the one you're mentioning is a short term solution, but I don't know.
Yes. That is correct.
Yeah. But
No, long term solution. I already worked out those like metrics in my head, right? Like long term solution is definitely being able to deal with this in just a positive mental way and building processes and everything. I mean I taking a step back and having a lot of introspective moments in the past couple of weeks has lended me a lot of reasons why the anxiety exists and is heightened.
Okay.
So I definitely
Thank you very much.
I think a lot of it is a case of not listening. Not listening at the end of the day.
Not listening to you, I'm assuming, or to like other people being like, "Hey."
Not listening to other people. I actually, one of my first TwitchCon, I visited the mental health panel.
Yeah.
And I didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
Instead, I said, well, this, I listened to Tiger Writer break down the idea of, well, actually, keeping yourself inside every day and not engaging in processes and just focusing on work and video games is not healthy. They're just like, haha, I love video games, you're crazy.
Yeah, except for me, right?
Right,
yeah,
except
but
for
like
me,
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm the exception, you know, like
Right.
I'm the special human that won't.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Miss Regina, thank you so much. That is 5 stickers. It's hold on, I gotta open this giveaway. Shoot.
Sure.
Reset. Yes. All right, open. It's exclamation sticker, and the sticker you get, guys, is either, hold on, not that one. Not that one. Sorry. Fuck. Should have been prepared. It's either this one or our logo sticker. Ta-da! You get to pick. Anywho'sville. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And
I've
there's
got the logo sticker.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna send it to you.
I've already got it.
Oh, you got the logo. You do have the
good
logo
for me.
sticker. Yes,
Yeah.
I did. All right. Well, when I see you, I'll give you this one too.
Perfect.
Yes. I'm not too much. You're so, Miss Regina. You're so sweet. You got Anna. Thank you so much
Aw.
for gift. That's so. You guys are so cute. It's exclamation
My
sticker
mod
to
team is
enter.
ridiculous.
That is so. You come into my stream. You guys are modding somebody else's stream. You come in here and you give me the support. It's really cute. Thank you guys.
AI.
It's very sweet. Aw. Love you, but you're supporting me. This is not even going to him. It's not like I share my profits.
No, but she is though. Keep going. We agreed on a number.
Yeah. So you were listening to this panel and you're like, yes, except not for me because I'm a special human, so I can't have this problem.
So I won't have anxiety. So that then we learned some things, in the past year. So, like I said, it's definitely taking a step back and looking and saying, hey, I used to. Taking a step back and realizing the behaviors that I need to engage in to not be as much of a hot mess, and realizing also why this is so much of a problem. Like I realized that before this, before I started streaming, my way of coping with anxiety was taking painkillers, right? And that was 5+ years of just hard-coded trend. Like, so I wouldn't go out, like I wouldn't relieve anxiety by going out to hang out with friends, like I would every now and then, or going out to do activities or anything like that. It would be instead like, hey, let's sit down, let's do some painkillers, play some World of Warcraft or whatever else it is.
And right? I guess you had a group of friends who enabled that.
Sure. So that's the looking at the realistic nature of that and saying, since I quit now 3 years ago, I haven't made any, besides continuing to play video games, I haven't built any other like stress relieving routine into my daily life. It's a lot easier to say, oh well, this might be some of the reason why we're having problem with anxiety, friend. If you're not if I'm not actually going out and doing anything and I'm just sitting in my own void, like thinking,
Yeah. So here's what I start thinking about. So a little anecdote on my story, and if you've heard it, I'm sorry, but so I at some point for quite a few, I think it was like 5, I was convinced, and I would tell people, and this was just like my story, that I had asthma. I had asthma. I have asthma. Everything's fine. And then I'd go to doctors and they'd be like, yeah, but the oxygen in your blood level, your blood levels of oxygen never drop. And I was like, yeah, but I have asthma because I can't breathe. And they're like, it might be something else. And then I went to an asthma, like a pulmonologist. That was
funny story.
Yeah.
Not to detract, but
no, go for it.
When I went to a doctor in Dallas, like right before I moved, because this was like a couple of weeks after I quit using.
Yeah.
They were like, oh yeah, you have asthma. You have allergies. I was like, oh, okay. So then I, just believed this and started using allergy medication. But
by the way, which will fuck your anxiety even harder. Because it's a stimulant and it will elevate your anxiety. A lot of because it has a decongestant in it.
Right.
But yeah, so that doesn't, that's funny how that won't help at all, but fucking can't confirm. But so yeah, so I had asthma. I went to a pulmonologist, and every time she's like, your tests are fine, but here, keep taking these steroids. I gained a ton of weight, and a ton for me was 35 pounds. I'm not a big frame, so that's a ton. Sure. That's a lot of weight for me. And so, and then, but it wasn't working. Nothing's helping. I continually have asthma and I can't breathe and nothing's helping. And I asked my pulmonologist at one point, I was like, what are the chances that this is anxiety related? And in my head, I fucking knew, but I could not talk to my parents about, because this was all happening in like high school and beginning of college. I could not talk to my parents about having mental health issues because they were telling me, are you sure you even have asthma? Even though like I'd be choking and not being able to breathe, they'd be like, try not taking the medication. Maybe that'll make the asthma go away. So like with just like that kind of logic around, you're not going to be like, yeah, and now it's a mental health issue, you know? Right. So yeah. So, but it took literally 1 week on an anti-anxiety medication and all of my asthma melted the fuck away.
Sure.
And now it comes, like, I taught myself how to breathe again by running. That did wonders for me. But the point of the story is, so while it's amazing that, like, you're going and getting help, are you prepared for the possibility that it's not anxiety and that it's something else, and it's something maybe something that you're not as comfortable confronting just yet?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I mean, you know, I said, we keep trying things until... but
yeah, done.
I definitely.
Do you know what it, like? Because you've come to a place where you're like, okay, it might be anxiety, but it took 2 years to get there. And I'm not talking. I hope this doesn't sound like I'm talking down to you.
No.
And I don't fucking know. I'm not your doctor. I'm not diagnosing you right now or anything. But I mean, like, what are the chances that like maybe it's something else that I just like have not become comfortable with yet?
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
I think the counterpoint to that is I've definitely played the edgy, like the sitting around and diagnosing game for
okay.
months at a time at this point.
Right.
And I don't mean like looking online and saying, okay, well, what are panic attacks and, you know, what is all that? Like different than WebMDing things, like literally sitting down and like checking heart rate at different times, checking, like, you know, sitting and figuring out, like, am I panicking or you know, what's causing this situation? Like, just analyzing a lot.
Right.
And realizing how much more analytical I am during those moments where I have intense heart rate than I am when I'm not, you know? Like,
got it.
Realizing what days are like when I do feel extra fucked up versus days where I'm just, everything's okay, you know?
Got it.
And just looking at the common denominator between all those things.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Oh.
Good for you for doing your research on yourself.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
amazing.
I definitely, you know, I'm not on the side of, hey, like, I want to feel like this ever again. So, you know, I'm every day it's like, instead of just because there's still days.
Yeah.
Where it's just like kind of freaking out for a couple of hours and just feeling like out of sorts. But for the most part, it's, okay, I feel fucked up. Why do I feel fucked up? Let's start working on like why this is, and let's start recording like what our heart rate is throughout. And are there visible change or not visible, but are there changes within my body patterns when that heart rate goes down? Do I feel like a sense of like relief when that goes down? Like what are the triggers? Like, I'm trying to figure all those things out.
If you're gonna self-diagnose yourselves, you guys, this is a really good manual. Although we're not proponents of doing that, but like, that's a pretty good manual.
Yeah, like just trying to, because I know, like, on the other side of things, I grew up with doctors and nurses in my family, so I know I'm taking a look at it from the way of how would they diagnose this thing. Got it. You know, like how are they going, what questions are they going to ask me, and am I going to be able to like tell them like, well, yes, absolutely, I've tried that.
That's awesome. I mean, that's not awesome, but I mean, like, that's really great that you're doing that.
It's a way of helping me cope at the end of the day too, right?
It is, yeah, because part of it's a big part of it's the unknown. And Bliffle, Bliffle, thank you so much for that resub, you wonderful soul. 13 months. I also can't believe it. We are 2 subs away from giving away another sticker, but please enter exclamation sticker to enter for one of these beautiful stickers. But yeah, okay. So I mean, that's definitely a different approach than just like freaking out and waiting for it to subside. So what if
well, I sat down with my cousin that gave me, you know, some of that
medication.
Popular medication, right. And I was like, hey, can I grab a couple of these from you? And she was like, yes, but with the caveat, do you understand? And this is I think when I had that like turning point in my brain, like, oh yeah, duh.
Yeah.
She was like, with the caveat that you understand this will not fix panic attacks and this will not halt them. The only thing that will do that at the end of the day is you, right? Like, it's like, imagine a dam breaking. Like, you can put up those walls, but at the end of the day, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And it's up to you how you deal with that, you know, like, and if you freak out about it, it's just going to be worse, even if you're using the medication. Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. She was like, so, you know, the more important thing is to find ways long-term that you can remain calm and say, all right, well, hey man. So that's where we're at.
No, that's
what I'm working on now.
That's really awesome. So I have to ask then, is there a reason that either you don't want, whatever the reason is there a reason that you don't want to talk to like have talk therapy with somebody, or you just haven't gotten to it yet, or don't want to, or whatever?
Part of I do. I mean, like I talk every day, right? Like I like talking. I like having discussions.
Yeah, but that's different.
People, you can the same.
Yeah.
It's opening up, I guess.
Yeah.
You know? But it's the same like conversation at the end of the day, because I obviously want to have it. It's just, I don't know. Like I want to figure that out separately, I guess.
Totally cool. Totally. I hope I don't sound like I'm pushing you into it.
No. It's a valid question for sure.
Because the research says, and this is why we say this, but the research says that like medication will do a great job, therapy does a great job, but together they actually like they combine into this unstoppable like, hey, you might actually get better. And I am living proof of, because now I was diagnosed 10 years ago, and like I'm a functioning human, whereas like 5 years ago I was having breakdowns in a closet at work every day. So I'm a huge proponent of like, hey, try both, try one or the other, but the more tools you have, basically, right? It's like any toolbox. The more tools you have, the better you're prepared for any scenario.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Do you want, like, I have like book recommendations and stuff too, if you want.
I mean, yeah, give me stuff later. We can talk more about all of the things.
We'll talk about specifics.
More specifics off stream, yeah. Yeah.
I got you. But all right, okay, interesting. This is all like fascinating to me, because watching somebody go through this journey of self-discovery of what they are and what your beliefs are about yourself, and we kind of talked about this like last time. Our core beliefs on who we are and what we stand for and what we're all about are so they're deeply ingrained in our brain. They might not be right, but they're what we believe to be ourselves. So for somebody to go, hey, this isn't working right, like your brain is not programmed to question itself. Right. So to see you do that is really cool. So I'm kind of dissecting you like a guinea pig a little bit.
No. I mean, like, I don't know. I think part of that is still like my core being, though, right? Like, there's still the prideful nature of myself. Like, okay, well, the idea that I'm perfect as I am, right? Like, or we all think that we are perfect as we are, right? Yeah. I think it's just my brain taking that further and saying, okay, well, there's something that isn't perfect. We get rid of that, so I'm back to being perfect. You know? So I think there's definitely that like thought of self, right?
Right. Okay.
but yeah, like I've always been of the realm of, hey, let's figure out a way to fix whatever's, whatever's going on, whatever's wrong. And until, mid-20s, where I was just like, oh, I know what to fix everything. Obviously, like even taking painkillers was a short-term fix at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
It was, oh well, I'm going to take this because it helps me with just dealing with the world in general, right?
Do you so what how did you even stop that? How do you even cut that? How do you just go, hey, this is a problem, I'm gonna stop?
I just didn't want to anymore. I don't know. Like I wish I could say something more profound.
I saw the visual of Jesus. Right. Yeah.
Like I picked a day. It was 1 year to the anniversary of my very good friend's death. That died from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, onset by the severe use of drugs and other things. And I just decided to do that thing, right? I was just like, oh, I'm just not going to anymore. Same thing with smoking. Like I was just like, okay, well, I can quit smoking. So I read a book, but at the end of the day, I made that decision. I was just like, I'm not going to. I've always liked to think that if there's one thing that I possess, it's a very strong sense of will for if I want to do something. Like right now, I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm doing it.
So just fucking do it.
I just sat down with my brain and I was like, hey dog, we're gonna have 1,200 calories a day. How's that sound? It's like, I don't know, I want a snack. I was like, well, too bad.
And then we didn't have a snack.
Yeah, and then I didn't have a snack. Yeah, like it's just I when I was 20, I lost 130 pounds in the course of a year and a half, because I was just like, I don't want to be this anymore. I want to be less of me. I want to be, the me that I am right now. So
that's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
So is that, listen, man, all right, we're going to armchair diagnose. Is that what makes you anxious, that you're constantly putting like this pressure on yourself to be like, we're doing this now, God damn it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that might be, no, because the anxiety existed before that. Like I had anxiety before I stopped smoking, and smoking was one of the things where I was like, I could stand to do this because also it will lower my blood pressure and I'll stop worrying about this thing as much. Same thing with like it's things that are done in spite of the anxiety. I think like losing weight, I was like, well, you know what else probably isn't good for us having an elevated heart rate? Probably eating like garbage every single day. So it's also, I'm trying to adopt more healthy behaviors in my life as well to help complement knocking anxiety out of my life little by little.
Do you have this idea that like you will take medication, you'll do this, and then you'll just be able to forever like just kick it out of your life?
Oh no, absolutely not. Okay. I mean, I think I understand the idea that it's a process, right? Like I just I think I just have this idea of the little by little, like the idea that for the past couple of weeks everything's been cool is just what's the word that what am I looking for here? It's encouraging more than anything. It's just like, okay, cool. Like it's not like, okay, I'm fixed now, I don't need to go like see a doctor anymore. It's just like, cool, things have been better now because I'm starting to realize like what the problems are. So.
That's, well, you've already not succumbed to a great fallacy that a lot of people do fall into.
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah. So yeah. So describe your first, like, I guess not panic attack, but like describe your first experience being like, these will help, and just deciding to take painkillers over like over anything else. Was it like just the history leading up to it?
Necessarily to deal with anxiety per se. Just taking painkillers was okay, well, the world's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on, and I work it accentuated what I was, like I'm already able to slip into conversation fairly easily, but that put it on a whole nother level. And I still like, it's not like I don't go without the days of like when I'm streaming in the morning, like sitting and just chatting, I still it's not a thing that you stop, right? My brain still often slips into, how will make this even easier, or you wouldn't even care, like it's like, yeah, no, I get that, stupid, but we stop that. Like it turns conversation into nothing, right? Like you have conversation without even thinking about it. I can just go on for hours and hours and hours and not feel fatigued in the slightest. Like that's the inherent benefit that painkillers provided to me, not so much the sitting back and fading into nothingness. Like I was never one of those people that wants to like lay back on the couch and just like disappear for a while. I was the person that wanted to be at the top of my game when I was serving, and the person that wanted to be at the top of my game for like friendships. Like it helped facilitate those things. So
that's fascinating.
So those were the reasons, right?
Yeah. So fuck, the question's gone. Let's go to the chat. No, seriously, the question's gone. Let's go to the chat. I caught Regina talking about the I wish everyone could experience both sides of drug therapy and talk therapy because studies show that they thrive best together. Girl, sure. High five. Sure. And have good psychiatrists and therapists, because you could have a good one and a bad one. One bad one is enough. There's so many people that come onto the stream that we interview, and like one bad one is enough to turn you off for sometimes your whole life, where you're just like, I'm never going back.
I had a cool therapist when I was younger. He played chess with me.
Aww. So like that's how you, I guess, like that's how you opened up?
I mean, no, I didn't want to open up because, again, I was very much at the time of the mindset that I was there again. Well, I was there against my will, but
right.
So I was very reticent towards like the idea of talking to someone, because I was just like, well, I don't need this though. So, but I think I opened up naturally to him. But he would also, at the end of sessions, he'd just to wind down, be like, okay, let's play a few minutes of chess and we'll get back to it next week, right? So.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Is there anything like that you like? Oh, that was the question that I had. Okay. Do you ever regret doing painkillers, or are you in a place where you're like, no, I had to do that?
I don't know. I think people like buy too much into the idea of regret.
Okay.
It's just like the classic question, like if you had a time machine, would you go back and kill Hitler? It's like, no, you wouldn't. Like you would say ideologically, of course I would, because he was evil, but at the end of the day, you wouldn't, because then, all of the things that have been formed in the world out of that would not exist without that. So all of the things that have been formed in my life out of like what I found in myself from doing, drugs, would not exist if I hadn't have done those things, Yeah. I don't think it's hard to imagine the idea of me like now without having had those experiences. Would I have the sage wisdom of the world that I do if I had not, fallen into those like pitfalls? I don't know, man. Like it doesn't even register of an alternate history to that. Like I'm not regretful that I did it, just glad that I figured out the trap, right?
Yeah. So. Yeah. How the fuck does a kid get access to that? That's I know this is like a super ignorant white girl question, but like seriously, how did you get them when you wanted them?
That's the craziest, like the amount of inundation in the market for things like that is staggering. Like realistically, I was buying from people that supplied for college coaches and dads, just run-of-the-mill like humans, man. Like it's not hard to procure, because there's like a realistic epidemic in this nation, right? Like
yeah.
This was not like me going to some shady like meeting under a bridge at like 3 a.m. This was me going over to somebody's house while we're hanging out, and somebody's wife is baking cookies and sitting around and buying our drugs, like
I don't know, but I do now.
It's very much not a black market, and very much more of a just like this is fine, this is normal,
Yeah.
That's not to say that I didn't also buy from the type of people, the sleazier types, right? But For the most part, no. It was very much just like, that's fine. You know, I had we were all functional, right? Like,
well, that's how you fucking convince yourself to do it for so long, is that you're like,
Sure.
well, I'm fine.
Everything's fine. Yeah, like we were all functional. You know, I had the friend that like gave me the wake up call that kind of went off the deep end, stole his twins like $25,000 trust amongst other things to keep using. Like then I was like, oh wow, that's messed up, you know. But yeah, at the end of the day, like it's something that you can be very functional on.
Do you think something, I guess, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking ask because you'll tell me if it's not the right question, but do you think something pushed you to it that you're like, yeah, of course I fucking did that because it was inevitable?
As far as like, what do you mean?
Yeah, well, like your upbringing, the way that you were taught to handle problems, like stuff like that.
Oh, I don't know. I always developed the idea as a younger person that drugs were okay. It's what we inherently like decide to do with them that can become problematic, right? And I still talk about that in chat. Like, you know, I'm very much still of the mindset. This is someone talking about, you know, being 3 years without painkillers. I'm very much still of the mindset that like opioids shouldn't be illegal.
Right.
Yeah, no drugs should be illegal. It pushes people into the idea of seeking them out in the first place, right? Like, it's the stigma that starts to create this, you know, why don't we have better drug therapy like in Europe and the Netherlands? Like why do we turn these things into violent criminal offenses? So I don't know, like I never grew up with this idea that like I'm gonna try this to rebel or anything like that. I was just like, I'm gonna try it just to try it and see if it accentuates what I do and if it makes me better, you know?
Yeah.
And I felt for a long time that it did. It made me better. So that's why I did it. It wasn't out of defiance, an act of like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this because, you know, I'm a bad kid, you know? It's just like, okay, well, I feel like this, you know. Like I said, I'm not lying when I say that I've tried most drugs, you know. Like same thing with like psilocybin, hallucinogens, DMT. Like I've tried all these things because I felt that it would have an inherent net positive value in my life, you know. Like I felt that having that experience would be expansive to my mind. So you know, I didn't.
Wild.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, like I used painkillers just because I thought they made me better, better human. You know, like, and that was it. It was a way to convince myself that I could be my best. You know?
Do you think you were?
Like I said, I obviously still have the idea that pops in my head of well, hey, we'd be better this if, because like conversation is easier, you know, like everything does come, everything's like sitting on a cloud while you're having conversation, right? Like, so I know that there's parts of I know that dealing with everything is definitely easier. I don't know if I'm necessarily better, you know? And I also know the toll that it takes on my body, so.
Right. So it's a different story now.
Yeah. So.
If you guys in the audience have any questions, now's a great time to ask them. I love how active you guys have been and just like going off the charts, talking to each other and about medication and stuff. And do you have stigma creates attractiveness? Do you have any? Yeah. Do you have any? First of all, if by the way, at any point, Lucid, you want to respond to like anything going on in chat, just go for it. Like don't feel like you have to wait for me or anything. It's all about that. But so I'm reviewing the chat, I'm looking over and I'm saying, so what do you feel like? So when it comes to, I guess you were talking about, we kind of 4 sentences were started, none of them were finished.
Sure.
So we kind of touched upon like overprescription. So how do you feel like how do you feel about that? Where do you stand on that?
Are you just the idea?
Yeah, just the idea. Like, do you think that like kids are really overprescribed, or like it's just it's an issue, and why? And
at the end of the day, the prescription medication business is a business, right? Like, so why don't you? I mean, it's the way that the opioid epidemic was rekindled in the United States, right?
Yeah.
because we overprescribed OxyContin, believing it was a safe drug. So overprescription is still a problem. You're talking about the idea of like Ritalin and everything, right? These are stimulants that are pushed towards kids. Like, oh yeah, fix them, make them better. Oh, they play Fortnite all the time. They've got to have ADHD. So yeah, no, I think it's definitely an issue that needs to be dealt with. But the people that are making the money are the ones that are creating the problem. So.
Do you know that actually I'm gonna do some educating Mxiety over here.
Sure.
Yeah, I clearly don't get to do this often enough, so I'll talk
Yeah,
over
yeah,
my
yeah.
interviewee, no problem. But
I like it.
one of the things that actually the reason OxyContin was overprescribed is that we started a war on pain. What like doctors describe as a war on pain. Because it became like you could sue once you started being able to sue your doctors for them not managing your pain well enough. Doctors just started going, oh fuck yeah, like I'd rather just fucking give you the meds, no problem. Yeah, you're feeling a little tender over there, no problem, OxyContin. And so it seemed safe enough with the addition of like I'm covering my ass because if I don't give this to you,
that is very true.
Yeah.
And again, the other half of that is the ignorance on the side of was it Merck that did
Sure, all of them a little bit, but yeah, go ahead.
I want to say Merck had prescription OxyContin. I think that was under their umbrella, but they didn't give inherent like downsides to the medication at all, right? They just said, "Oh yeah, no, you can actually prescribe as much as you want. It's safe. It's safer than heroin. Safer than morphine. Safer than anything." So that also led people like doctors into a false sense of security and saying, "Oh yeah, okay, well, if it's helping." And that's where the opioid epidemic gained its roots, right? Like I said, mom and dad, grandma, like it started. If it's not there, if it's not in this idea of where we demonize drugs, right, in like lower class, like impoverished neighborhoods, if it's among the middle class, then how bad can it be? And then it grows and grows and grows.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And who's going to doctors in America? People who have insurance, who can afford the prescriptions. Yep. I think you get it. So now it's super cut down. It's 7 days is max, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I went and got dental surgery, they gave me 2, and I was like, I'm not gonna use these, but I'm very okay with just having these 2. Thank you. But I also know my cousin at one point, she had her wisdom teeth removed. She got a 30-day supply, and she's like, "What the fuck am I gonna?"
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
dude.
And she's like, what tooth pain am I in for this long for wisdom teeth?
Right.
Like,
and this is where the markets come from, right?
Yeah.
Like over prescription leads to them selling them off to third parties, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Like,
oof. The payments that I got from it back a couple of months ago. Yeah, I still have some. Yeah, but that's exactly what happens. Yeah.
Sure.
Slightly Bentley, you guys talking about the DNA test that they do to see what antidepressants work best for. It's a cheek swab. It's really easy, but be warned, first I tried these will work, did not work. Well, so the problem is it's just supposed to narrow it down based on what the kind of hormones that are bouncing around in your brain. It's just supposed to narrow it down and give you a starting point. It's not like everything else. It's not a guarantee, and it's also some insurances won't cover that shit. So before you go around asking your doctor to do that, just keep that in mind.
It's true.
Yeah. Do you have any insights? Any other insights? Because you keep saying and it's true, and I feel like there's a lot brewing in there.
No. I just know a lot about like I said, grew up around doctors and nurses and friends that are in medical billing behind the scenes, so I know a lot about how the whole market works. Right?
Yeah.
Like, yes. Agreeing. Like, yeah, one of my friends that started on our journey with us with OxyContin and everything, actually she was working in medical billing for large like hospitals, so we had the person that had intimate knowledge and also a ridiculous bankroll. So
shit.
That's where I learned a lot about how everything went down, and didn't care at the time, obviously, because I still kept using. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I got knowledge.
What happened here? Annie said something. Annie said, who? Sorry, maybe I don't know.
60 of 10 milligram. Oh my god, that's insane.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay. Cheddar, I got my wisdom teeth removed. I got 5 days supply of Percocet, and it was all stolen by my roommate at the time. Whew. By the way, hi Cheddar Bob, missed you, bud. Oh, and we closed the giveaway for stickers. Exclamation sticker. Wait, hold on. Let me reopen it for a hot second because we have like 5 entries. So, really quick, exclamation sticker if you haven't yet to win a sticker. We have over 5 subscribers. If we get, hold on, I think if we get 2 more, then I'll give away another sticker. But right now we're giving away this one. Excellent. There we go. Okay, awesome. You guys did it. Cool. Giveaway. Close giveaway. Pick wiener. Who is it? Who did it? Hold on.
Oh, Eli. Look at you winning, Eli.
Yay! All right, you just have to message me your address either here, or, either on Twitch or Discord, or email me mxiety.marie@gmail.com, wherever you're more comfortable sending me your address. I do not save them, so no worries.
Good.
I don't need them. I don't have a very long list of addresses I've collected over the years, and then I just start sending you those coupon booklets.
Mm-hmm.
From local businesses. No, it's fine. You can stalk me. All right, Dane, can't wait. Yay! Perfect. Behind the monitor, there's a real.
She's been telling me about how she wants a new stalker. So
yeah. Well, I told you that off fucking line, dude.
I know. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. What the fuck? If you're out of the US, please make sure you. Don. Oh, Don Sarah's so sweet. But I appreciate you guys sharing your stories here. I volunteer as tribute to be stalked. I'd love to have you as a stalker. You
nobody
guys
coming to Australia to stalk you, all right?
I will come to Australia to stalk somebody. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
No
that's
problem.
Commitment. That's a lot of money. That's an investment.
Yeah, but I get to stalk, so I get to sleep. It sounds like I'll have somewhere to sleep.
Sure.
And I get to go to Australia. I've never been. So whenever I'm busy not stalking, I could be hanging out in Australia.
Right. I get that. Okay.
Yeah. So you just don't get my plan. And now I gave it away, so I don't know that it's gonna work, but
you know they call soda floats spiders, right?
Oh, that's disgusting. They call everything spiders. I'm pretty sure. I think that's
true.
Fact because
that one's a spider too.
Yeah. Exactly like that.
Typical Australians.
Yeah, motherfuckers. Swear to God. Wait, did I tell you which? Oh yeah, wait, do tell. I'm sorry, but you can message me, but do tell. This is our logo, and then this is Be the Light. This is a cute, adorable depiction of me made by Serene September, who's a wonderful human being, by the way, and everybody should be following. The light one. I
know Eli. She just definitely wants the
Yeah. Yeah, I figured. It's so. Oh, I'm happy you like it. By the way, Lucid, this is I'm wearing the. So fucking weird. As I'm saying it, I'm like, this is going to be weird. This is the outfit I met Lucid in, talking about stalkers.
That's true.
If you guys want to know, when I met Lucid in the flesh, I was wearing this dress. Mm-hmm. And now you'll get a part of it.
It's a good dress. I complimented that dress.
You did compliment them. Everybody was like, are you dressed as a Disney princess? Is this a real thing? I was like, fuck yeah. I'm very sick with strep. Oh, fuck that. Oh my God, man!
I was wearing the same dress. That was what I said. Spike Tire looked at her and I said, "One of us has to change." You know?
And then I was like, "Well, it's not me. I'm getting a sticker made of this." And he's like, "So yeah, that's why it's not in pictures."
Took me 20 more minutes.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. But thank goodness we're here now. Disney princesses dressed as Disney. Who would have thunk? That's so fucking cute. Shit, that's adorable. Oh my gosh, my dream's coming true. Somebody calling me a Disney princess. I actually got, you guys, we're going to sidetrack real hot here for a second. I got a message the other day from one of my good friends, and apparently she'd never seen Tangled before, and she messaged me, and she's like, do you seriously know a Disney animator? Because you legit are Rapunzel. And I think I stopped breathing for a good second there. I was like, oh, the compliment. Oh, Cinderella cat. Oh, stop. Yeah, no, Rapunzel is my favorite princess ever. ever.
Aw.
Yeah, she's.
Wait, what's your favorite Disney movie? Did I didn't counter ask.
Oh, you didn't. Well, I'm the
Yeah.
one supposedly interviewing you, although I'm doing a lot of talking.
Sure.
I don't
Sure,
know. My
sure,
dog
sure.
is barking. Sorry about that. But yeah, Tangled. Tangled is my top.
Tangled.
It
All right.
literally. I feel like it literally like explores my life. Like
Sure.
she there's an evil parent and she kidnaps her and then she actually ends up with her real family, but then if you watch the series that's really complicated. But yeah, going outside for the first time and then experiencing the world because somebody has helped you come out of your tower, that's like a whole thing that's very near and dear to me. And I also feel like she's like just super inspiring as a princess, like her tenacity and then
True.
the way she looks at the world is very continuously positive. So there you go.
She's the cooler of the two kids out of her and Elsa. Sure, I agree with that.
Thank you. Jeez, I have these conversations. It will be really funny. Somebody will like talk to me on the DL. They'll be like, I didn't like Frozen as much as I like Tangled, and I'm like, we're cool. We're cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I get you.
No, Frozen's great, but like
No, it is.
When you look at the two magical children, like
Oh, are you subscribing to the fan theory?
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, it's a real theory at this point, right? Because they placed the parents at Rapunzel's coronation.
They did. They did. And the eyes and righty left. I don't know. So the game theory, Matt Pat, went into the whole thing about how she's right versus left-handed and all that. And I was just, I don't know. It was not. Do you want to come meet your idol?
Yeah.
Lucid's here. Do you want to come say hi?
I needed to get Flynn's bowl.
Okay, come in here and you have to say hi first. I told Lucid he's coming in for the dog's bowl, but
Hi.
How are you?
See?
I can't hear you though because you're on headphones.
He said, "How are
true,
you?"
true.
He said, "How are you?" It was really deep. I'm sorry you missed it, but
Oh.
yeah. So he's coming into. We had our ceiling fixed today. All right, super off topic.
The
Not
theory is
important.
they're cousins. Get out of here.
No, they're cousins with Tarzan. That's who you're thinking of.
Yeah. Tarzan's her cousin.
Yeah, hit people with frying pans. I had her. So when I went to Disney, when I was 24, and I had Rapunzel sign a frying pan that I. Oh,
That's
it's over
adorable.
here. Hold on.
I love it.
Hold on. Well, we're on the topic.
I have to see this. We're just squeaking out about Disney now. Whatever, chat.
So yeah, Casey, about that drug use though.
Tarzan's the brother, Rapunzel is the cousin.
No.
No.
Rapunzel
No.
is sisters with Elsa.
Yeah, Rapunzel
Anna?
and Elsa are sisters.
Where the fuck does Anna come from?
Anna's their kid, right? Like so Anna is the parents that visited the coronation, right? Anna's their biological
She was
child.
their actual, and then Elsa was sent
Anna's
there.
Elsa's their adopted child, and Rapunzel is their other child. So both of the Elsa doesn't come from Arendelle. The only one that comes from Arendelle is Anna.
Okay.
Elsa and Rapunzel both come from Corona.
Aw.
Yeah.
Hi Zan, no problem. Anna comes from Australia.
Oh my god.
Citations needed. Oh, it's all totally fan theory.
Wait, so are you jazzed about Kingdom Hearts 3 then? Because of Tangled?
Are you kidding? I might have cried. There was we spent. That's why I said like I'm playing the game. Like I'm not playing it on stream, and
get this UK theory out of here. No, I will. I'll look at this.
Shit out
No,
of here.
keep going.
But yeah, so I'm playing it offline because we literally spent I think 6 hours in Corona, if not longer.
That's amazing.
We found some. I don't know if you know, but there's a hint for the ugly duckling. I don't know if you found it, but it's there. If you keep looking around. I'm not sure all Disney characters are inbred is a good thing to promote. Why would I don't in bread or in toast? I want you to be more specific.
No, they're just they adopted a kid from another a potentially problematic child.
Yeah, Frozen Tarzan. The theory is that Tarzan is their cousin.
Right.
Wait.
I don't know. There's a bunch of theories.
There's a bunch of no, because the parents.
This is not the theory that we're talking about. This is a different theory.
Yeah, what you
I've
guys
never seen
remember
this
drug addictions and stuff that we were actually fucking talking about? It was
we were talking about that too. But yes, look at that. That's
There
amazing.
it is. There, my ring light is like, yeah, there
Yeah.
it is. And that's a picture we took of the bathrooms that are Corona in Disneyland.
Yes.
Yeah, they did a great job there. Ugh.
That last link is from the director. All right, hold on.
The director did confirm that there are ties to Tarzan, but it didn't confirm that there was a sibling. We all hook up in some related ways. Every nerd group ever. There's several theories. Yeah, possibly. Rye bread. I'm happy you're cackling. Cackling is good. That's what people ask me if my dog is purebred.
Oh, he's their brother. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, because so that's the other theory, right? That the parents, when they were on the boat, they crashed.
Yeah,
and then they had Tarzan.
Sure.
Right. All right. That's a lot. I'll take the cousin theory is okay. They're older sisters of Tarzan. All right. Tarzan could go. I'm not a fan of, I think Disney retconned Tarzan.
Sure.
Yes, I have a corgi.
Again, like the parents of Elsa and Anna aren't magical though. But the parents of Rapunzel are
because of the flower situation,
right? So why wouldn't they then have a second magical child that is Elsa? Get it? Listen, listen. I'm very into this idea that, yeah.
This is fucking awesome. Are you kidding me? I know. Yeah, I'm not gonna like keep you here for much longer, but I do love this. As long as you're okay with it, this is perfect.
Disney, like all of Disney, is my favorite. You know, I own every Disney movie, like all of them, everyone that exists.
Is this? You might have actually been my proper father.
Yeah. No. I literally have on my hard drive. I've got everyone leading back to 19, whenever the first one was,
including Pete's Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All of them. Yeah, I've even got the controversial ones.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah. We do have the Donald Duck short. I know, but I don't know. I don't know about
just to own all of them, you know, like.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. All right. You got that. But did you know that all of my bows, except for literally except for this one, if I had known, I would have worn a Disney bow. Fuck.
Sure.
But all of my bows are
Disney.
All of them.
Cool.
All of them.
I like that.
And the Eevee one, you're right. I forgot I have a Pokemon bow. That's
But yeah, no, this is a Disney household.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
I even like I like Disney documentaries a lot too.
I had this conversation that was most bizarre with this girl, and she's like, "Oh, I'm taking my parents to Disney for Christmas." I was like, "That's so awesome." And then I said the next logical thing that you would say, which is, "What's your favorite Disney movie?" And she says, "I don't know. I haven't watched them in a long time."
Excuse me.
Right?
I'm upset about this.
But how do you? That just doesn't make any. I was like, wait, but why then Disney? Like, why of all the expensive places to go to? What? Like, none of it. Just the whole thing unraveled for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not just go to Universal? They got better rides.
Okay, so like an island, literally anywhere that's like the price of Disney.
Like Disney's cool, but Universal is the better choice, especially because Harry Potter's there. Like Gringotts ride is so dope. I
did not get to go on the Gringotts ride because we went on the Hogwarts castle ride, and we all got real sick. We all got real nauseous.
Yeah, sure. I get that.
That's really turny aroundy. It was not great.
It is. It's very flippy, and it's but yeah, no, I'd much rather I'd go to that any day of the week. Even like the Marvel stuff, like the Incredible Hulk is such a good roller coaster. Yeah, much better park overall.
Yeah, see, I'm not as much into rides as I am into like all the pictures of me at Universal are me. So I dressed up as a Ravenclaw because at the time that's what I thought I was. And the best part is all the actors. So when you're in London, all the actors talk to you like they don't know. They're all muggles, and then when you go to Hogwarts, they all talk to you like they know that you're one of the students, and it was the coolest fucking thing. But
it's great, yeah.
But then again, I met Rapunzel, and I had a reaction like a 5-year-old too. So yeah.
We know the VP of marketing for Disney. So last time we went, we took the hard pass, the one that they give to the higher ups, and you can use that to actually ask them to do things around Hogwarts. So the dragon, I just showed it to the person that works the dragon. They're like, yeah, we'll make the dragon go off right now with the one that goes off every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's so cool.
That is
It's
so
like
neat.
you there, do things for me, and they're like, okay, you know.
Oh my God. Universal is amazing. Butterbeer Monk. We had so much butterbeer. We were pissing for the rest of the day.
I remember my brother-in-law grabbed 2 butterbeer and looked at my sister-in-law, and she's like, "Oh, you got me one." He's like, "No, go buy one."
No, that's
we just started drinking both of them.
We just kept chugging them. Like we would drink one and then we'd finish it and then we'd just go buy another one and we'd drink one.
It's
and then
it's so delicious.
It's so good, but it's so like
100 grams of
life-affirming.
sugar for each one, but
It's terrible for you. I went to Disney as a 16-year-old and bawled like a baby when I met Snow White. Yeah, I met Cinderella and then I started telling her about how she used to be my favorite princess and she still is, because I also had stepsisters and a stepmom and was like, I literally used to clean the house. That was like my chore. So I was like, I could totally. But then Rapunzel came out and I was like telling this poor actress didn't know what she stepped into, this story. And it wasn't until like I stepped out of there that I was like, maybe she didn't care to know that. Like,
right.
She probably was like, please stop, please let the children get their time in line. Provokes the dragon. Sounds like a perfect time to start. Yeah, seriously. Can we have a Disney marathon? Well, you guys do movie nights. You guys don't watch Disney movies?
We do sometimes. We've done Disney movies before.
Yeah, we pretty much exclusively watch Disney movies.
I'm trying to make them thematical here lately.
Okay.
Like we're playing Clue with the team on Tuesday, so I think we're gonna watch Clue this week.
How do you play, like, online?
Yeah, you can play on Steam.
Oh shit! And then you watch Clue. Oh.
Yeah. Clue, like, still one of my favorite 80s movies. Like, I've got the soundtrack on vinyl and everything. Like,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's such a, like, it's so classic. You got Tim Curry, you've got John McCain. Like, it's excellent.
Okay, so I guess I'll have to watch Clue, because I think the last time I saw it I was like 5 maybe, and probably in Russian. Probably.
No,
like,
it's I love it. And it's got Christopher Lloyd in it. Like, it's such a classic movie for me. It's so nostalgic. Like, I used to watch it with my dad on like Comedy Central and everything when Comedy Central first existed, when it was still the Comedy Channel.
Right, you know? Right. Oh my god. Do you know why I love talking about this stuff and I don't get to talk about it often enough? People light up when they talk about their favorite movies and like their favorite music in a way that they don't normally. Like, it's just like a very special thing.
It is. It's I don't know. There's the reasons that I do Question of the Day. You know, it's a long and far-reaching conversation that gets people really into it with the right questions. Right.
You know? Do you also feel like you study people? Because I mean, I know I do that. Like, I'm fascinated. Sure. Yeah.
It leads me. I don't know. Like, I get I'm like I said long ago. I'm jaded as a person. I think I said that offline, but whatever. I'm jaded as a human. So getting to know people sometimes leads me to then just like form negative opinions about them every now and then, which feels bad, but normally most of the time it's a valid thing, you know.
It is. Well, it's a self-affirming thing. It's definitely is. There was and I talk about this, so sorry people who know me, I talk about this a lot. There was like a moment in my life where I was like, oh, the world isn't straight up like garbage with garbage humans. Like, I had to come to that realization that like everything wasn't trash. And so like I totally understand the viewpoint of like people will disappoint you eventually. I actively fight that on a daily basis now because I don't think that most people disappoint me. It's just I definitely read into like in what people watching, I read into behaviors a lot, and I calculate the people that will disappoint, you know. And then you can pick them out, and then you can not attack first, but not attack first, but definitely like be vigilant of like, oh, I've seen some of the things you're doing, oof. And part of that's also having been on the internet for so long. Like, I've been doing this since IRC, you know. Like, I was a moderator on QuakeNet, you know. Oh
like,
my gosh.
I've been doing this for a long time, so it definitely, like, that's why I deal with trolls in the way I do, because when it's just like sport, it's like, okay, I already know like who you are, what you're all about, like, let's go, you know.
Yeah. So okay, so do you inherently believe that man is born evil, or do you think the world makes him evil?
I think neither of those are true. I think our definition of evil is what defines the man, right? Like there's the classic quote that, well, I mean, there's the classic quote that hold up, my brain, sorry, let me restart that right quick. Saying that God,
you can do it, brain. We believe in you.
I know. I knew I was on a track and then it like disappeared.
Evil, ultimately good, ultimately bad.
Yeah. Like people aren't inherently evil. That's what it is. Winners write the history books, right?
Yes.
That's the classic thing, right? So working off of that, you're then breaking that down to realize that the what is evil or what is good is really only dictated by society in the end of it all. Like, you know, there are definitely people that are precursors 3,000 years ago that actually thought that killing people was totally fine,
right,
and would stave off the blood god from devouring their civilization, you know. So realistically, evil depends on, evil is what you make it. I'm fascinated by, like I was talking about this today in chat, I'm fascinated by serial killers.
Yeah.
Because there's something in their brain that makes them actively go against all societal norms and impetus to still like delve into their like deepest, darkest desires. And it's very interesting to completely turn that switch off of normality and just say, no, I'm gonna murder people though. It's and to be like so effective at it. Like, and it's not a work of glorification of this.
No.
Just for like how they weave into society, like Ted Bundy, like is just completely fascinating to me. You know, it's yeah, it's very interesting.
Well, I mean, you could take also the stance of like, well, it's their chemicals, they can't help it, because it is that people talked about like the chemical composition of a serial killer's brain is different than like a person who doesn't do that.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's a whole like weird abnormal brains is a fascination of mine for sure, you know.
Did you watch Community?
I did watch some Community.
Yeah,
it was not bad.
No, the reason I bring it up is because I always like I explain to people that I'm like, I related to Abed on that show more than like anybody else. Just the
sure
yeah, just the observing of human behavior from like the outside while you are still human. Like, in order to learn of self, you need to examine others.
Right. Absolutely. Like you find out more about your own behaviors by watching like others and understanding how those things relate to you. Sure.
Yeah, it's really fucking cool.
Yeah, no, people watching has always been my favorite thing, and just learning about people. Yeah.
This is definitely very different than our first talk.
Yeah.
I love it. I freaking love it. You guys, if you have questions, and I realize that like 90% of the audience of ours like mixes, and like you guys all know each other at this point, because I'm pretty sure like Lucid sent people to me and I've sent people to Lucid. But if you have any questions that Lucid has not answered yet, now's a great time to ask them. Because
guys, don't be scared.
Yeah, guys, don't be scared. He just talked about serial killers. He's totally cool. Not at all scary. Yeah.
Actually, a funny joke to diffuse away from that back into like the lighthearted. My wife actually told me and has affirmed, like she tells the story all the time. She knew that I wasn't a some sort of like an internet killer because we met online.
Okay.
She knew that I wasn't some sort of internet killer because she watched me one time feed corgis fried eggs. Yeah. Because I used to, so Twitch isn't where I first started live streaming. I started live streaming before this on like Tiny Chat, basically.
Okay.
And then Tiny Chat didn't fit our ideals anymore because we were very not PG. So we made our own website, and that's where I met my wife. And that was the first place that I streamed. I had like a very terrible webcam and a Rock Band mic. And you know, that was the first place that I sat around and chatted at people.
Where did you find corgis to feed?
That was my sister's corgi.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So you guys have asked me if I have a dog. Who asked me that? Regina asked me that. Regina Phalange. Yeah, the corgi that you see, obviously, in all the videos of me high five. He's in all of my gifts. That's my dog.
That's adorable.
Have
I love
you?
corgis.
Are you serious? So you've never? I don't think you've. Then you haven't met the pupper. You've never seen him on stream.
No. I
All
love corgis though. They're some of my favorites.
Husbando.
It was actually his birthday like 2 days ago.
The doggos.
Uh-huh.
Aw. Can you bring in Doggo by any chance? Oh, you get to meet him.
Is there gonna be a VOD? I would imagine there's a.
There's totally yeah. Philly needs to make an appearance. Hi there. What's the topic today? The topic today, we are talking to Lucidfoxx about his past, and then we got into Disney, and now you're about to meet my corgi.
Now we're meeting corgis.
Yeah, he hates.
I've woven my way through conversation to find a doggo.
Hey, bud. Oh, he walked into.
Did you show him to Greats? Have you ever done?
Oh yeah, Greats and I both brought our dogs on together.
I love that.
Okay. He hates. No, he's leaving the room. He hates the stream because he comes up. I brought him up before, but I think
corgis are very dignified. They don't like,
being picked up. He also doesn't like this ring light. It's too much.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Oh my God, he's got the big old floppy ears.
He's like, Daddy, please take me. He will not.
So adorable.
Kisses? Can I have kisses? No. Flynn, does Daddy have a cookie? Oh.
Oh, you're so cute.
Oh my God.
How old is this Korgaroo? 4, 5?
3.
3. Okay.
Oh, he's turning 4 in April. He figured out that there's cookies closer than the cookie by the camera.
Adorable.
Nom nom nom. So his name is Flynn after. Take a guess.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, Flynn Rider.
Yeah, so it's a double.
I didn't know until Kingdom Hearts that he is not Flynn Rider. What?
Why? He says that in the movie. When they're sitting around the campfire.
Oh, that's right. He does.
He says he's sitting and they're sitting on.
Eugene.
He
that's
says
right.
well, his name is Eugene, but he took the name Flanagan Rider after.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
That's right.
But they skipped that whole part in Kingdom Hearts, so it's funny. But in the TV show, in the new show, she calls him Eugene exclusively.
Interesting.
But yeah, he's a double whammy. So he's part Flynn Rider and part Kevin Flynn of Tron.
Oh, adorable. Yeah.
Yeah, so we thought it was a double whammy. His other potential name was Riker, which is not Disney.
Obviously very good.
Yeah. But he's just not a Riker.
I made a joke about that today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everybody's doing the tea thing on Twitter right now, so I did Earl Grey hot.
Oh, yes, you did. I liked it. Yeah, I totally know about that. Look at these stumps. They're so short.
The best captain that exists.
Yes. He's also on this display. Hi, Captain. You want to take this doggo now that he's done his tricks? Look at how short these legs are. Completely useless. Look at this. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, bud. Hello.
That's so cute.
He's done. He's done.
I love corgis.
Ow. Okay. Are you gone?
They're so good at training too. Like just excellent dogs. So we taught him how to clean up after himself. So he does that. He'll carry around laundry, like dirty laundry he puts away. What else does he do that's like really cool? No, they're really easy to train when they want to do it. Big doggo or small human is small. It's pretty much a small human. He has more personality in him than some people that I've met. You can see the treats in his eyes and his drool showing I'm surprised there's not more. There's usually way more drool on the desk. At one point, when he didn't know better, we did a 12-hour stream with him. Yeah, that was different. Adorable.
Yeah. But then since then, he sees this camera, he sees either camera, and he won't even be in the room anymore. He used to sleep.
Our dog is the same way. She looks at it and she's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah. Wait, you have a dog? I thought you only had a cat.
No, we got a dog.
What kind of dog do you have?
Not my dog. She's our roommate's, but she is a husky mix. She's actually got heterochromia as well, which is really cute.
So pretty. So
she's got the big like white ring on one of her eyes and then brown on the other. Yeah.
Has she ever been on stream or just no?
She's been on stream. Yeah, she was on stream a couple weeks ago. Like if I try to call her up into my lap, she'll get up for like a second. Then she's like, "Oh God, a camera! No, I gotta go."
Yeah. Yeah. That was by the end of the stream, he would literally see the camera and he kept turning his ass like right in front of it, and people were like,
Sure.
"Joke's on fucking you, because we love your ass." So, but that's why you asked, because Holly asked if corgis are hard to train. No, stop it, call PETA. Wait, there are cookies. Yeah, that's narrative. That's the whole thing. I love. Oh, if his name's Riker, I would be able to get over the chair the wrong way. But that's exactly why his name should be Riker. Because like he can't get up on a chair. Are you kidding me? Watching that would be fucking hysterical. We made a joke to the vet the other day because he had to get X-rays, and he was like, "So we're gonna take a picture of his shoulder and his elbow," and my husband's like, "So that's not the same picture?" And the vet was very serious. He's like, well, no, those would be two separate joints. So we need to.
Excellent.
And in the meantime, we're like,
come on, man, it's a corgi.
That was fucking funny. That was fucking funny, and it took him a second. I want to eventually get a corgi and name him Ein because of my girlfriend and I are major. Yeah, that's the thing to do.
That's my favorite anime still, forever.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that. That's the reason my sister got a corgi.
Because of Ein.
Because we love Cowboy Bebop. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is the quote we use all the time, which is what did I tell you? I hate women, children, and dogs, and now we have all three on the ship. Yeah.
Excellent. Yes.
Yes. The Millennium Falcon streams saw Doggo a lot. Wait, what?
That's true. Right, when we were building the Millennium Falcon. I still haven't built a Millennium Falcon one day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you wait? So you didn't finish it?
No, I still haven't. Eventually I will. It's like over halfway done at this point. It's just sitting on a table.
But it is one of those that takes an ass load of time to build. Like it's notorious.
There's still like 15-20 hours left at least.
Have you seen the Disney castle that's Lego?
Yeah.
It's like a $300 piece.
My sister's building the Hogwarts castle.
Okay.
She's like halfway done with that, which is neat, but it's weird because the little minifigs that go in, I don't know if I like it as much. It's cool though.
That's the worst part about so we have a bunch of the Lord of the Rings Legos. Like we have Shelob, and then we have the scene with the Dark Riders, and and it's awesome. But then after you put it together, finding a place to display it because it's a whole scene. You have to make a scene out of it. You can't just So that's the worst. I do love Legos though.
No, I want to put the Falcon in a display case, I think.
That would be sick. Well, that's that's what we did with ours. We'd put them all in display cases, and then we're like, these take up a lot of fucking space.
That's true.
If you guys ask what I want to eventually get a corgi name. Yes. Okay. Wait. So we didn't miss anything. No, we didn't miss anything. They are the dwarves. They're literally corgi is dwarf dog. That's what it stands for. But if you guys have no other questions, we can release this Lucid we found into the wild.
I guess I'll let you guys have your fun.
I took a while.
Pleasure as always.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I can't wait to be. I don't know what we're gonna. Well, we clearly talked about everything, so I don't know what we'd ever talk about.
We have to figure out new things to talk about next time. That's it.
Well, that's impossible. We're done. This is it.
Sure. This is it. This is the last show.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. So when we meet at PAX East, we're just gonna stare at each other, I think.
Right. All right. I mean, I do that to a lot of people. Well, they don't stare back, but.
Yeah. Is that why you go to PAX East?
It's like I go to People Watch. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the best place to people watch, and then just count how many boogers people pull out of their noses and put under tables.
I've actually got to work at PAX East this time. Not jazzed about it.
Wait, are you serious?
Well, because they changed how creator badges work.
Okay.
So now I have to. Well, it's a press badge, but I
that's still pretty cool.
Yeah, I have to take actual footage of the show and submit it. That I've taken footage of the show.
Is it through Twitch or through something else?
No, it's through PAX. Like I submit my requests through Twitch, and they put me in the lines with PAX, but it's through PAX for them to give me the badge and be like, okay, you can have this, but it's like, oh man, come on.
Got it. All right. So now there's stipulations, so you just can't just go. But do they give you like a 4-day ticket?
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
It's the super fancy, like, I get on the show floor like 2 hours before, all that fun stuff.
Oh, sick. Yeah. So I have two options. Either I'm going on as a speaker, in which case I'm going to be there all weekend. Yes. Or, and this is just because these are the only tickets I could get, I'm going to be there on Friday.
Ooh.
So it's one of the. But if I think I'm gonna speak.
How close are you guys?
To Boston, we're a
Yeah.
3.5-hour drive, and then we
okay.
are gonna. We have a friend. Boston is really near and dear to my heart. We've
Sure.
been. I have a chip on my shoulder because my parents didn't let me go to school there. At the time, they had that kind of sway, and even though I paid for my college, but
Sure.
yeah, but so I love Boston. I love everything about it. I love the city, and like I know it better than I know parts of New York.
Sure.
So we stay with a friend who like lives in Boston, who's from here, and he's out in Waltham. So we're gonna be hanging out with him, and then going into the city, and then we're saving so much money. I looked at hotels nearby, and we're
It's not great.
saving.
I'm staying at Seaport. I'm not super pleased about the money.
Yeah, it's so much money. It's so. Hey, if you decide to change to Waltham, I can give you a ride. So there you go.
Sure.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like I'm paying $250 for 2 nights. I bet that's what you're paying for one.
That's great. No, well, overall I'm paying like 600.
Okay.
Not bad.
Okay.
I just got my my jacket yesterday.
Oh, you get a fucking jacket? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, this is my first winter jacket I've ever owned.
Oh my god. Wait, because you've lived down south this whole time?
I mean, I've lived in Virginia and lower, so yeah. Even in Virginia, like I had a kind of nice coat, but this is my first like actual like winter jacket in my life.
Do you think you think you're gonna? It's end of March. I guess you'll need it.
Yeah. Like I mean, last year was beginning of April, and it was still negative, 5-degree wind chill, 10-degree wind chill.
Okay. Yeah, Boston.
So,
what I remember of Boston is
trust
going.
that place.
Yeah, no. I mean, I remember going there for St. Patty's Day, and it was hot during the day, and then at night I was not wearing a lot of clothes because it was St. Patty's Day, and we had to stand in line for a bar, and I just remember freezing.
Right.
That's like
it just depends on what's going down. It's Boston. It can be cold until like whenever, Yeah.
600, not bad. Yeah, dude, but it's not bad for where he's staying. It's really nice.
For 4 days, like right next to the convention center.
Oh yeah, I mean, but that's where that's going to conventions. That's what it is, and you're not paying for your badge.
Yeah, like $150 a night is totally fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Like I'm not doing what I did last year, which was like $200 for the whole trip, but I was in a room of 8 people. Like I was like, no, we're not gonna do that again. I do that sometimes for PAX trips because it's cheaper.
It's expensive. Yeah, PAX trips are fucking. I mean, all trips. I mean, all the cons. Do you go to the con with other people? To TwitchCon. I mean, sorry.
So I mean, we're all kind of like Faye and Bloody and I are all kind of like doing the same thing.
Got it.
But yeah, like I'm not normally. I only room with people sometimes.
Got it. No, that's fair.
I try to have my own, but if my own is going to be like this one, it's $1,500 total for my room. So I was like, no, we're going to split that. Not as much as I did last year, but we're going to split that.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm a broke bitch, so I need to make friends. Yeah, that's the way to do con. Either that or live, find somebody who lives nearby and be like, so we're friends, right? Best friends. Yeah.
And also there's like buying food at the cons. Yeah.
Oh my. Well, see, but I at least know Boston well enough that I could get the food that's not.
I know Boston. Like I explored a lot of Boston when I was there last year, so I know a good amount of like North End and stuff. Yeah, I actually walked one day from the convention center back to my hotel in North End. It's like a 30-minute walk. So
so that's how you explore.
Or the city, yeah.
Yep. So. But I mean, the whole trick with PAX is if the convention center is still where I remember it is, you just walk over to the Pru and you have food there. At their cafeteria in the Prudential Center, and that alone will save you so much money.
I'm probably gonna go back to the Italian part of North End again and jam out on that pasta. That's gonna happen. Oh my god!
Yes,
so good.
Yes. All right.
I made a promise to one of the ladies. I was like, she was like, if you're ever in Boston again, I was like, I'll be back next week.
I'm here.
I'll come back and organize another party. I promise.
That's awesome. All right, well, that seems like it. You guys. That's all of your questions. It was a lovely evening. We'll be talking again soon. Thank you so much for coming on. It's this huge transitional period of your life. I know you're used to talking about yourself, and that's like really cool, but it's even cooler for you to choose to share yourself with my audience. So that means a lot. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of your mods coming in here and all of you guys' support. That was really, really freaking cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, be sure, the person who won the sticker, be sure to message me. Lucid Anxiety, great confirm. Oh yeah. The only problem I have is when two ADHD kids meet, it's usually like fireworks.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, not I don't care about getting off topic. I just mean like it's literally just all over the place altogether.
Sure.
Don't forget to feed your mods. This is an ongoing thing?
No, absolutely. I'm feeding them tonight.
Yep.
Sure am.
Yep. Don't feed them after midnight though. You know about that, right?
No. I know about that. Yeah, and getting them wet. Sure.
Yeah. You don't want to worry about that. Oh my gosh, Lucid, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. You guys, stick around if you wanna for a host. We'll be sure to find somebody fantastic for you to join. I love y'all so much. And do you know about our sign off? No, you probably do, but you forget. It's okay.
Maybe.
Hold on. So we have this belief that when you feel like nobody can give you the love, the light, and the support that you need, you go out there and you give that to others. You set an example of how others should be treated. So when we sign off, I ask that our guests tell others to be the light. So when we sign off, I say, I love you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. And don't forget, and you say,
to be the light.
That's right. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.